I'm gonna get into this video about synchronicities, artificial synchronicities and stuff like that, because here's the thing. Here's what's funny, and I'm starting to think of this. This has been hitting me as I'm like meditating. It's way too fucking obvious where if you see something in your physical as a synchronicity, or if you see it in the by your computers or your phones or whatnot. But I remember, look, I'm driving with my girl, and my girl has 2 brothers, and they're younger. But they're going through some shit, and I lost myself, and I started to talk to her, but I'm judging them, and I'm kind of criticizing something that they're doing. And I'm realizing this as I'm talking. I'm like, I stopped myself, right? And then I said, you know what? I shouldn't even be fucking saying anything because, you know, they're doing what they need to do. And I know all this already. But here's the fucking crazy part. There was a car in front of me, and they had a fucking sticker in the rear windshield that said, karma happens. Clearly just said karma happens, and that's it. And I'm like, wow. Wow. Like, people talk about the universe is always talking to you through symbols and all that. The shit is always in front of you. Everything is there. You just have to fucking open your eyes and be able to see it. But you know what? You want to know what else was crazy that was even more crazier than that bumper sticker? All right? So you know the car in front of you, of course, has to accelerate. And I have a Jeep. My Jeep is pretty tall. So, you know, I can't see the fucking license plate. The license plate say 555. 555. That was what the license plate said. It was actually 4 5s, but it was 2 letters in front. I think it said JL or JK or something like that. But the numbers were 5. That's what stuck out to me the most was the numbers. That's why I can't remember what the letters were. Because after I saw that windshield, the rear windshield sticker that said karma happens, I saw 5555. I'm like, God damn, dude. Wow. But I didn't say nothing to my girl. I just kept it quiet. Because that message was for me. I was like, you know what? Fuck, dude. That's crazy. But I was aware of what I was doing. So I'm able to change all that in my now moment. You hear what I'm saying? Before I, you know, take any kind of poisons into myself and fuck my shit up. Because again, words are spells, emotions, and things that you're talking about. That's why you know all this shit. Everything you speak on, you know it. Right? But then you'll have things happening that are going to show you that you're actually not living to what you're talking about. And sometimes it's not even done purposely. You may lose yourself and just do it because that's what your ego does when you lose yourself in there. But the key is to catch it. And I cannot believe, but you know what? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that happened because I'm living my life in such a magical way now that things just happen now and you're not even surprised anymore. But what's even crazier is that as I'm thinking things and I have questions in my mind or certain topics that I'm thinking about, even through meditation, videos come up. And they come up. Sometimes maybe the title may not even be, but as I'm watching the video, it's answering the questions that I profoundly had, you know, in doubt in my mind, or I was thinking about, or I wanted to talk about on camera that I may be experiencing. And they're on a video. And it's not like it's answering my questions. It's actually something that's reminding me of something that I already know. But then I start to think about this. All right? See, we're in a system here, but are we merging with an artificial intelligence to some extent that all these things are coming up where something's reading your mind, okay, and having you think that you're calling it in by thinking about it and having these synchronicities pop up? Look what happened when people are religious and they start to talk about Jesus and all that, the miracles that happened, the miracle of Christmas, miracle on 34th Street, the miracle of you know, baby Jesus and all the stories, all that stuff. Like you talk about religious, everything's miracles. And we start to see things as miracles, right? Because you start to look at it, you're like, dude, how the fuck is it that I had 3 different thoughts, 3 different questions in mind, and I happened to watch 3 videos within a day or 2, and they answer my questions exactly as I asked for it in my mind. I didn't even speak it. I was just thinking of it. And these videos just pop up in my notification feed, right? And I'm watching them and I'm blown away. I'm like, how the fuck? I'm like, this shit is crazy. And I start to think of it as, wow, that's fucking crazy synchronicity. But are these synthetic synchronicities, or are they the natural, organic way of having a synchronicity? Because you can have synchronicities through, let's say if you're trying to acquire money or you're trying to acquire riches, you'll have synchronicities, right? but you can have spiritual synchronicities. There's different, everything's spiritual. So I shouldn't even say that because everything really is spiritual. But I'm starting to really question if these phones, the nanobyte, all these things are merging. We're merging with this technology. You get what I'm saying? Because the way I look at it is a shaman, all right? And I forgot where I heard this, but it's something that resonates with me. A shaman didn't become a shaman from another shaman. The spirits made the shaman a shaman, right? What's guiding us? Because here's the thing now. If I have a thought and I'm being guided by a synchronicity that I may have had from a video, all right? Is that really necessarily always going to be a spiritual synchronicity? Because now I always talk about using discernment, intuition, and whatnot, and questioning everything. So I started to question that, and this is what came up. So these videos coming up, is it an artificial intelligence hijacking, all right, your path to gear you and guide you in a direction that is favorable for the system to keep surviving, or is it favorable for you? See, these things, just questions that come up. So these synchronicities, like, see, as I'm talking and judging my girl about her brother, that popped up. Mind blowing. And I talk about the mirror effect and all that. The reflection, you reflect on things. But sometimes certain things happen that you still got to, you question everything. Because, see, everything out here is an extension of you, right? But even certain synchronicities, all right, are they necessarily yours or are they hijacked? That's just something to ask yourself for you to get your answer. Because again, I asked myself, what am I? And what came up was what I am. And again, one can ask, what does that answer mean? You can only answer that question. So that was just something to ponder on. You know what I mean? Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll talk soon.